Good afternoon, everyone. You are a beautiful, powerful, inspiring crowd here today. I'm Stephen Spaulding. I'm with Common Cause, a nonpartisan watchdog organization with more than 1.2 million members across the country, holding power accountable and working for an open and an honest democracy. Shame on Mitch McConnell. Shame on Mitch McConnell and every member of the United States Senate that will aid and abet his efforts to, quote, plow right through this crisis. Shame. Apparently, there is nothing they heard yesterday from Dr. Ford's courageous testimony, causing them to pause or listen to we the people before voting even less than 24 hours after that hearing ended. They have completely ignored her story and the story of the brave other survivors that have come forward. We are here today because we stand with survivors of sexual assault and abuse. We stand with women and children and the poor. We stand with people of color. We stand with my fellow LGBTQ people. We stand with people living with disabilities, with students, with immigrants, with working people. Everyone whose civil and human rights are on the line. All of us have every right to justice and the rule of law and fair courts. And we stand with the millions of Americans across the country who are uniting to say to the United States Senate they have zero business jamming through this nominee to the United States Supreme Court. There are no phony and artificial deadlines when it comes to giving this person a lifetime appointment to the building behind me. A person whose decisions will affect every single person in this country and people around the world. Every single senator across the street swore an oath to defend the Constitution from all threats, both foreign and domestic. That's what they swear an oath to. Well, one of those threats is the plummeting trust in our government and in our democracy. And when that undermines and threatens confidence in the Supreme Court, our country suffers, as does the rule of law. The disgraceful proceedings we've watched for the past couple of weeks and yesterday, this lockstep rush to confirm Kavanaugh is both a cause and an effect of this collapsing trust. You know, the Senate's power, and we heard from our courageous Senate leaders earlier today, is supposed to be serious, it's supposed to be deliberative, not a rush to judgment. And a vote for Brett Kavanaugh under these circumstances is reckless and irresponsible. So earlier, over the summer, my organization, Common Cause, called on the Senate to hit its emergency brake on Brett Kavanaugh, given the cloud that hangs over President Trump, the ongoing investigations into election crimes, and this court behind us that could very well decide questions arising out of those investigations, and if Brett Kavanaugh is there, could forever taint any subsequent case's outcome. Since then, Senate leaders have continued, however, their reckless rush to confirm Kavanaugh, despite millions of pages of his relevant records being withheld from our view, from senators' view, his evasive answers under oath, his failure to answer basic questions about presidential power and presidential accountability, and without regard to survivors' requests for an independent, nonpartisan investigation into what they lived through. My friends, we still have time. We still have work to do. We need to stand united. The integrity of the Supreme Court and justice itself are at stake. Democracy is resilient, but it takes our constant vigilance to uphold its promise. Thank you all.